Justin's writing articles about RVs he's not buying.
That was an offline conversation, and that's
those are our Twitter ads.
Oh my god,
that's our Twitter ads. So like, hey, Updog Sports Talk, guess what you guys want? A campground for your RV. Oh my gosh, Twitter
That's
ads
so
are the
funny.
weirdest thing.
Yeah, just.
Hello, and welcome to Updog Sports Talk. My name is Matt Miller. Joining me today is Chad Bunt.
I'm here and I'm still sick.
And Justin McGovern.
What's up, everybody?
And that was not a sentence. That you screwed that up.
I know I botched that completely. Oh well.
We are on our second full division of the AFC South of our NFL division preview. So we're gonna go over. We're gonna go over the formerly second worst division in the NFL.
But is it getting better? Let's find out.
I mean, just right off rip, I would say yes.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it is getting better.
And yeah, I'm raising my hand. I'm giving you a high five for that one.
I had to find it again. There you go. Woogity. All right, so Tennessee Titans, huh, boys?
Yep, Tennessee Titans.
I'm big on the Titans, dude. I think that they lost Derrick Henry, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think they're going to shift their offense focus and be a throwing team. I think Will Levis is going to come out and be a god amongst men. I think he's going to become the most. He's probably going to.
No.
I think he's going to probably be the most improved player this year, in my opinion. I think he's gonna. He's got weapons now. He's gonna air that shit out.
But a comeback player of the year, I think, is gonna be Burrow. But we'll say that for another.
Comeback, but I'm saying most improved, right? There's a most improved.
Yeah, there's like a most improved, isn't there, or something like that?
Wouldn't Burrow also fall into that category?
No, because he's still performing at the same level he always does. Super Bowl level. I like I said, I think the biggest loss is Derrick Henry. Tannehill's out at this point, and they've replaced all. I mean, they've hit every little note. T'Vondre Sweat's a great addition. Lloyd Cushenberry's great. J.C. Latham, Calvin Ridley, Tony Pollard. So here's the thing: like, I'm not a huge Tony Pollard fan, but when you throw to Tony Pollard, he's a dog. And I feel like, what's the other running back they have?
Hilliard.
Yeah, Hilliard can be that pounder, and Tony Pollard's just going to dump little passes and outside runs to him. Tony Pollard's going to eat in this offense.
Yeah, I like
float the ball everywhere.
I like most of the moves the Titans made this offseason. I wasn't a big fan of firing Vrabel because he's one of the best coaches in the NFL. And you acknowledge the last offseason that the reason they suck right now is because the GM screwed up. I mean, that GM, like, used a first-round pick and a guy to cut the next year. Like, it was pretty bad how, like, they lost their Super Bowl window because of just terrible moves upon terrible moves. And then a year later, they end up getting rid of Vrabel, even though he's one of the best coaches in the game. That being said, their replacement still is good, and offense is going to be the focus.
I like Bryce Callahan.
I like the hire of him. I like these moves to help with the offensive line because the offensive line falling apart is one of the reasons why the Titans start to suck. I think it's gonna be like a 1-2 punch of running back. Pollard definitely needed less carries because I feel like he's not the same if he's just carrying it every single play.
Sorry, my cat just opened a drawer from behind and then climbed in.
Oh, that's great.
I was like, what's going on over here? Is my desk haunted? The drawer just flew open real quick, and all of a sudden, like, it's an empty drawer, and all of a sudden there's a cat in there. So yeah, that was a funny moment on this podcast. Keep going.
we'll see what Ridley does for receiver. I know the Jaguars we'll get to that later, but obviously the Jaguars really didn't want him back. DeAndre Hopkins is still here. So it's going to be fun to see what he does. And then
the man eats.
Can Treylon Burks eventually live up to his first round billing? That's going to be another question for them.
But don't forget about Tyler Boyd.
Oh, yeah. Tyler Boyd's here, too.
Yeah.
Good point.
They got three. They got three of them now that are. You
also,
put Tyler Boyd in the additions, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. My source that I used for this did not have him listed as a key addition, I guess.
I think we should eliminate this source from now on.
I like what they did in the secondary, though. Like, they really revamped their corners with Snead and Awuzie. That's going to be a pretty good duo.
I like Kenneth Murray a lot, too. I think
I do, too.
For that team. I think he's going to be, like, the man of that team. And like I said, Will Levis is a dog. Look at him, dude. Alpha male.
I will say that losing Ryan Tannehill, not that bad of a thing. Losing Derrick Henry may sting a little bit, but I mean, like, you're also revamping the offense to do a different style of football. So, like, it's not that bad.
To be frank, like, if this is the year you decide you need a new running back because you didn't make the right decisions, look at next year's draft class. Think of all these running backs. Donovan Edwards. You got the guy who just got arrested, Ollie
Gordon.
Ollie Gordon, yeah. You got Travion Henderson and Quinshawn Judkins at Ohio State. Both are going to go to the draft.
Yeah. Ashton Genty from Boise State's really good, too. Like,
there's a ton of running backs.
Loaded. Yeah.
I will say that they did lose some talent, but they lost some aging talent. They shedded the aging and they brought in some new guys. Roger McCreary last year, their nickel corner, was phenomenal. He was one of their key pieces of that secondary last year. And then pairing him with Snead and Awuzie, I think they're going to have a pretty good secondary. And then the offense is just going to be slinging the football. Their run game,
wheeling and dealing.
I would say their run game is going to take a little bit of a hit, but Hilliard's not a bad option. But it's not the first running back that I go to.
But I think you look at these teams now in the NFL. You could even group the Bengals in it. They're not focusing on running backs; they're airing the ball out. So the running is like a secondary choice for these teams. They're going to be dumping the ball off to a scat back, basically.
Yeah. And I love Will Levis, even though he puts mayo in his coffee.
That's gross.
Like
that. Weird.
Look at him; it must be working.
Yeah, clearly he's doing something better than we.
Yeah,
are.
I mean, look at me. Look at him. I don't put mayonnaise in my coffee. Just saying.
We're built different.
Different. I'm definitely built different.
But yeah, I mean, there's like a few ifs here. Like there is a possibility this team is competitive, and if things go wrong with other teams in the division, like, they could sneak up there and enter playoff contention. But we'll see. This is gonna be a tough division because next teams we're talking about here are also gonna be pretty good. Next up, Indianapolis Colts.
You want me to start this one? I love Adonai Mitchell. I think he's a great addition. Raekwon Davis is a great addition. But I think that they're putting a lot of effort, a lot of pressure on a guy that hasn't ever played a full season football. And Anthony Richardson. He didn't do it in college, right? He hasn't done it in the pros. I know he's just his second year, but I like his tangibles, but I just don't think he's going to be able to carry this team at this point. And I don't think that their offensive line is still what it used to be. And I don't think what they've added is going to really carry. I mean, I could be wrong, I know they still have Jonathan Taylor. They have Michael Pittman Jr. I mean, with Adonai Mitchell added and Alec
Pierce.
It's
Josh
not
played
terrible.
really good in the slot too.
It's not bad, but do you think it's a team that can beat the Texans? Do you think it's a team that can beat the Jaguars?
I mean, they almost won the division last year. It was that one play where the guy
almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, man.
True.
Almost can only get you so far. Almost doesn't get you championships.
I do think that if Richardson gets hurt, which I'm looking forward to him playing this year. I think he'll have a good year as long as he can take care of himself. But
yeah,
They're not
hopefully he
gonna
makes it
hit.
the full season.
you'll have Joe Flacco coming off the bench. I mean, like that. It's not a quarterback that you want all season, but for like 5-6 games, it's not a bad option.
Yeah.
I think they're making the right moves. I think they really should have tried to get like a lesser known receiver in the back half of the draft, unless I missed it. I looked the other day, but I thought I didn't see one. But they're addressing the offensive line because they've had some issues there and some injuries, and they got to make sure that they can keep Quentin Nelson on this offensive line, be their anchor. Garner Minshew and Zach Moss, I don't really, it says key losses. I don't consider them key losses.
Gardner Minshew's the man.
I love Garner Minshew, but like it's time for him to start somewhere else. And then Zach Moss, you have too many running backs in that running back room already. And him going to Cincinnati really isn't that big of a deal for the Colts.
Yeah, I agree about that. And the other thing that stands out to me too with this team is there's just groups on their team, position groups, and you just are aging. Their defensive line is getting there. Didn't they lose a linebacker this offseason too?
No, that was the year before when they lost.
That was like the middle of the season.
Yeah, they did. They caught him in the middle of the year, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was weird. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they're doing a good job building the offense first. I don't think the defense is ready to contend because, they're able to address the up front a little bit, kind of help with some of that aging, bringing in Law too, if he can stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? I know some people flunked him medically. Raekwon Davis is going to help up there. I do have concerns on the back end. And really, like Kenny Moore is the only name that really comes to mind with the secondary. The rest of it's a little bit questionable. And then linebacker kind of the same way. So the back end of the defense could get exposed as the year goes on. And that could probably prevent them from making a jump up in this division. But I do like the pieces they have in the offense. The what?
Stephon Gilmore go there?
No. And although, like, the last I can think of right now, I think Gilmore is still unsigned, if I can recall correctly.
They have Julian Blackmon. And take it for what you want, but like they got Ronnie Harrison Jr.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He is. I don't know. It's okay. It's not the best secondary, but and especially holding up against some of the other teams in this division might be tough.
Yeah. I didn't give it a whole lot of thought when we went through our list. The more we go through this, the more I actually want to put the Colts last.
Oh no! Well, for Colts fans, so that Matt doesn't do that. I guess we should move on to our next team.
He's wearing their jersey. Take that.
I'm wearing a Pat McAfee jersey.
Take it as a win.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Daytona 500 Jaguars.
They're very solid. I think their losses are greatly outweighed by their additions, and I think they already had a solid team. Does Mac Jones unseat Trevor Lawrence, though? I've been hearing rumors about that.
No. Their backup
I don't think so either.
Their backup quarterback was C.J. Beathard last year, so like he's a key addition because they actually have a backup finally.
And Mac Jones wouldn't be a bad option if Trevor Lawrence got hurt like he did last year. I think Mac Jones would have, if he wasn't in New England and was in Jacksonville, I think he probably would have kept him in a few games, unlike Beathard.
Yeah, like maybe Trevor Lawrence could have actually sat a game and got healthy instead of just trying to labor through the rest of the year as they collapsed.
I mean, here's the additions I really like Brian Thomas. I really like Eric Armstead. I really love Darnell Savage, and I think Ronald Darby's going to be a key addition as well. Mitch Morse, Eric, and Jordan Jefferson aren't bad either, but I think they did a lot of improving. I do think I'm going to say it now. The divisions between this is what it is. Cut and dry. It's the Jaguars and the Texans. And whoever can get the wins in the matchups, head-on matchups, that's it. It's going to be the whole season for this division.
Yeah.
The second worst division in football.
Not anymore. I think this division's a lot better now. I don't know why everyone's been kind of down on Trevor Lawrence this offseason, I feel like. I feel like he's going to respond. You know, like the reason why his stats kind of went down and stuff late in the year is because he played hurt. Don't forget, before he started getting hurt, like the Jaguars were 8-3 and number 1 in the AFC. And then he got hurt against the Bengals in that Monday night game. And then the Jaguars just fell apart after that. You know, him getting hurt was one piece. It's good they're giving him more receivers to throw to. Also helping with the offensive line with Foster, the draft pick, and then adding Morse. But then the other side was their defense was also really bad. Like, even though Lawrence got hurt against the Bengals still would beat them anyways because they absolutely torched their defense. So I'm really glad they're adjusting that with these additions here.
All right, I wouldn't say
really good news.
It was like a 1-score game difference, you know.
It was
until a touchdown at the end, right?
And then making
pretty much, but you know they couldn't stop Jake Browning.
What? Just you frustrate me, man.
Making sure that Josh Hines-Allen didn't leave was a huge thing.
Yeah.
There needs to be a section for retention.
Yeah.
Key retention.
Yeah, because
notes for next year, Justin.
This upcoming season could have looked a lot different if they weren't able to keep him around.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And Travis Etienne, right?
Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then because Trevor is the one that's Florida that got in trouble.
Now he's at Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
he went from Florida to Georgia, which is.
And then they already had a decent amount of receivers, right? They're not. Yeah. They weren't hurting a wide receiver at all.
They had.
They have Brian Thomas Jr., Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis. I guess they did lose a little bit of their receivers.
They lose Zay Jones.
Yeah, they lost Zay Jones. I had him,
but they got Tim Jones.
Clearly, you did not.
I did. It did not say.
Well, if this was a court of law right now, Justin, they would say clearly it's not there.
Damn it! I'm pissed about that.
Ipso facto, you can't prove that it was ever there.
He spent like 3 days putting these slides together too. Jaguars first and second in the division. That.
I think they're a playoff team.
There's probably not enough spots to make them a playoff team if they don't win the division, but they would probably be a playoff caliber team.
I think there's 2 teams in this division to make the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe even 3. Who knows how the year goes? But I think that's a long shot. But if you want to talk about teams that are playoff ready, it's the Houston Texans.
Yeah,
you can't even the whole world knows Houston's here. They won a Super Bowl. They're gearing up. They got a great coach. They got C.J. Stroud. They had a Joe Mixon. They got Stephon Diggs. They already had a pretty decent offense. They still have Damian Pierce. They still have Nico Collins. They still have Tank Dell. Come on. And
don't forget they have Joe Mechie.
Oh yeah. The guy hasn't
not
even
bad
had
at
a
all.
chance to play.
Yeah.
And then they still have Dalton Schultz, and then they added Kate Stover, who has a great relationship with C.J. Stroud. So that's just a recipe for a good 1-2 tight end mix right there. I think their offense is going to be lights out. Their defense is already solid.
I think the Texans will enter the conversation of enter their name in up there with the Bengals and the Chiefs, and Chiefs are a different stratosphere, but the Bengals and the Bills and I do
think fly that close to the sun.
I do think that C.J. Stroud is going to take a little dip back this year compared to what he did last year, but I still don't think he's going to have a bad season. I think he's still going to have a good season, but I just don't
Like I
think it's
said
going to
before
be
he was
like,
drafted.
ooh, yeah.
Like I said before he was drafted, whoever doesn't take him is going to regret it for the rest of the time until he retires. Going to regret it. The man's got talent.
Unlike Deshaun Watson, they're probably letting the masseuses do stuff to him.
Well, it's like look at like Josh Allen in Buffalo. Like he was good before he got Stephon Diggs, right?
Yeah.
And then he got Stephon Diggs, and we're like, oh, whoa.
But Josh Allen had to make his own offense before he got Stephon Diggs.
Right, and they never really.
Yeah.
He was their running back. He was their quarterback.
Yeah,
wouldn't have surprised
he caught
me
his own pass one time,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Pretty much.
that team is not that great outside of him, really. I mean,
yeah.
So once they got
the
Diggs,
Texans were ready for this. Like the Texans filled a bunch of holes 2 years ago, filled a bunch more holes last year, and then like they're just loading up this year. Like I think
even on defense too. I think Okuda could come back and have a great year. I think Kamari Lassiter is a great addition. Al-Shaair is great. I mean,
I don't know about Okuda. I think he's kind of showed us what he could do in the NFL, and I think it's very limited.
I think, like I said, in the right system,
not bad
anybody
for
can succeed. In
it's
the right
not bad
system,
for a rotation guy.
This is his last
slot.
chance.
Yeah.
This is his last chance. This is the best system he's been in, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, he's got nothing but talent around him.
I just love what they did because they're pretty much like, we got a quarterback, we got a young quarterback, we got a guy, he's on a rookie contract. Like, this is our chance here, guys. And they went and just added whoever they could pretty much scoop up at this point.
But will they play at NRG Stadium? Because that hurricane ripped some panels off the roof.
It's getting blown away right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We wish
I thought I was supposed to miss him, and then it hit him, right?
Yeah, hit him. It clipped the Yucatan Peninsula at Category 2 and stayed Category 2 to hit Houston. But, I mean, even a Category 1 isn't a hurricane to kind of mess with. But
hopefully everyone's okay there.
It could have been way worse if it didn't hit the Yucatan. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, back to football.
We do football, weather, food.
Yeah. Children's show, kids shows, cooking shows.
Well, we will have a possibly a video game show coming soon.
Yeah, we're gonna be very involved in NCAA football.
Yeah, we're gonna set up the Twitch, and then we're gonna, once the game comes out. Mind you, we did record this on the same day as the first episode, so like it's still the 10th in our world. So in your world, it's probably closer to the 15th when the game comes out.
But if you get the deluxe edition, you can play it 3 days early.
That is 3 days
early. You can.
I thought it was coming out on the 14th.
19th.
Oh, the 19th. Okay, so
I guess
the 16th
I guess it's on Tuesday the 16th for us. So I guess we quite aren't there.
We're playing the game. Playing the game. I will.
Justin and I have a plan to resume our dynasty that we've been bragging about on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now, and we're going to take New Mexico State. This is an NFL episode. We're doing college football, and it is great.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna show you guys our fantastic thing. We can address this more at the end of the episode after we get through.
Do they transfer from your old saves?
No.
Can you access that? We have to start new.
We have it planned out, and then we're gonna have Twitter or X figure out some minor things for us, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
A lot of fun stuff. But yeah, capping the Texans here. They're gonna be a really good team.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our division predictions here. I guess.
And you both are wrong. You both are wrong.
I mean, like I agree with you, Chad, but like, just so I don't go back on my word, I'm gonna go with the Texans, Jags, Colts, Titans.
I think this is the division that could possibly have 3 teams in the playoffs. I think the Texans are definitely going to get in. I think the Jaguars, it's between the two of them to win the division, but I think the Texans are going to win it, and I think the Titans are going to be right up their butt. Just like, we're right here, guys. We're trying. We're right there.
Yeah, I see
Like
the
a
Texans winning the
dingleberry.
division for sure. I see the Jaguars making it to the playoffs. Colts and Titans will both be competitive as well. This is a good division.
I would say the Colts and Titans remain competitive as long as Anthony Richardson stays healthy.
Yeah, as long as he stays healthy.
And the Titans, I think, could very easily be third place, pushing second.
But yeah, shout out to this division because just 2 years ago, this division absolutely sucked.
Yeah.
Now,
the Jaguars were the best
really
team.
good.
Yeah, congrats. Woo! I'm learning how to use this, guys.
For better or worse.
We'll see how this goes.
Justin, this one's for you.
He couldn't get his headphones set up at the beginning of this, and that was I kept giving him the thumbs down. He said nothing. He literally said nothing. I'm a little disappointed. I was actually hoping that he would.
Justin. Oh, ankles. 2 episodes. I got it. 2.
All
Two
right.
of them.
He ran into your sister at the store. I mean, it's an offline conversation, but he did run into your sister at the store.
I heard.
That was the first time I heard it.
You think she wasn't going to call me about it? You think I wasn't going to find out? Shout out to Allison Bunt.
Yeah, why did you get a call and I only got a group text?
Because I'm her brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I'm like,
now.
She calls me for dumb shit all the time. All the time, man.
I guess she just sends me the dumb shit on Instagram, and I
yeah. She's like, hold on, because I don't have an Instagram currently, right?
Oh, that's why.
So would you rather have the calls, or would you rather have an app that you can turn off notifications and check at a later date?
By the way, I just realized that Chad is basically only on Facebook like a boomer.
So here's the thing. Once you're in a relationship,
he is on X with us.
Yes, I am, and Snapchat. But that's different.
I forgot about Snapchat. I forgot that even
you have to make these, qualifications because somebody in your life, your relationship, is upset with how much you scroll for stuff like this, and then you get yelled at. I don't know, was it nagged? Nagged is the word about your scrolling. So for me to add another app is not a good decision in my opinion.
Not to get into like a whole thing about our like significant others, but like I also get the hey, maybe we should spend less time on our phone conversation
all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
I mean, we do a show that's a social media show. That's a live sports show. So obviously, that's a challenge that we face because we all.
It's like I have to do my research sometimes, So like I'll scroll Facebook for like just random articles about teams and like this, that, and the other, and then I'll be like, next thing you know, it's been an hour and a half, and my child's gone crazy in the house and decided to do a podcast.
Basically, Chad is scrolling through a bunch of fake news and going down the rabbit hole and conspiracy theories.
I do like conspiracy theories. Yes.
I love conspiracy theories, dude. It's so fun.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. And it's like, oh, is this true? Could it be true? I don't know.
I love when they give aliens. I love when they give you the the AI guy, and he's like, click this button, and you'll see the third follower can do this, and then aliens will take over the NFL. Yeah. The aliens will take over the NFL, monitored by the government.
Click share and the more button, and the third person on there is your secret lover, and they jerk it to you every night.
That's gonna be the intro. That's gonna be
everyone's gonna open this video and go, what did I just open?
Whoa, dude. That's too much talk about the sauce,
Oh my gosh.
You know, I'm not. You guys are great, but your shows have been
Justin's just
lacking
losing
since
it.
I've been gone.
Justin's just losing it right now.
Oh my. All right, we
Well, give
better
us
end
a
this
like
show.
and a subscribe.
Yeah, help me quit my day job.
Yeah, help him quit his day job so he can actually like write an article for us.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that, Matt.
Yeah, no one has time for that. Justin is like single-handedly getting us towards the Writers Association.
Justin's writing articles about RVs he's not buying.
That was an offline conversation, and that's
those are our Twitter ads.
Oh my god.
That's our Twitter ads. So like, hey, Updog Sports Talk, guess what you guys want? A campground for your RV. Oh my gosh. Twitter
That's
ads
so
are the
funny.
weirdest thing.
Yeah, Justin.
If you've made it this far, I applaud you. Shout out to Queso because you're probably the only one at this point in the video. Favorite cereals?
Ooh, for me, see, I keep just Apple Jacks. How about that? Let's start there. Apple Jacks.
Ooh, Apple Jacks is a good one. I forgot about that one. Captain Crunch.
Oh yeah, that's a really.
I do like me some Captain Crunch, but I no longer like cereal because the third person in your. No, I'm just playing. No, I do like Captain Crunch. Fruity Pebbles isn't bad, but like Reese's Puffs.
Yeah,
ooh, that's a
I
good
think
one.
Captain Crunch, but like the Crunch Berries, hands down, like my favorite cereal growing up.
Yeah, all Crunch Berries. Yeah.
Yeah, I
With
really
the red
like.
dye 40 and the.
Oh yeah, all the good shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like mini wheats. I love Honey Bunches of Oats.
The frosted mini wheats. I love
All right,
those.
here's a reach. Here's an old cereal you don't see anymore. Honey Smacks.
I was just thinking about that frog.
Honey Smacks. Dig 'em. Dig 'em. We should create a university in college football and have Dig 'em be the mascot.
That would be dope.
Team Builder give you mascots.
Oreo O's. Do you remember Oreos?
That was
they brought them back.
Yeah, Oreos. Yeah, they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Cookie Crisp. Apparently, Justin's never had it.
Yeah, because he's a jabroni.
Does French Toast Crunch still exist? Because that was pretty good.
Well, it's French Toast Crunch was an offshoot of
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That one's
that one's around still.
Yeah.
What about honeycombs? You guys ever have those?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all right.
They were like a once in a while Golden Grams.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Trying to think what else. Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs, yeah. They're up there with Reese's Puffs.
Pound Chocula.
Oh
Blueberry.
Yeah. Blueberry. Oh, all of them.
Cookie-O Puss.
I
2 episodes.
I like the Flintstones, like the all chocolate ones.
Cocoa Pebbles.
The Cocoa Pebbles. Yeah, I don't know why I blanked on that. That's a little sad.
Man,
Barney, my pebbles.
Dude, are you Fred Flintstone in real life? Do you drive your car with your feet? He does drive a car that could be a caveman's car.
Yeah. Justin, I sent a list to you of most unreliable vehicles, and your car made it on that.
It's number 4.
Sounds about right.
Good job.
My wife's old car was number 1.
Yeah, my girl's is number 1. She refuses to get rid of it, and I don't know why.
How many transmissions did you go through?
We didn't go through transmissions. We went through engines and rack and pinions and power steering and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going from a 4th transmission, and I was like, I don't know. 4th transmission, yeah.
When we were living out in California and she blew her engine, I thought, okay, finally, we can get rid of this hunk of junk. And she's like, now I'm going to put a new engine in it. And I'm like, don't do that. Put it
Yeah,
into a new car.
That's how Fords last forever. You just keep
We're
putting new
loyal.
engines in there.
When you drive a Ford.
Hey, Chad, I just have one question for you.
No. I already know you got something planned. Nope.
Do you like those menthols?
I don't have a go to the store, give me a pack of cigarettes.
His voice is getting
smoking
worse
me
as we
some
go,
Newports.
Come here, little boy.
Don't face
I'm
yourself
sorry.
in the
I'm
shower.
sorry. I went to Red, White, and Blue Ash, had a couple drinks, and next thing you know, I'm sick.
I can't do people anymore. I have to not that I had to stay away from them for a little bit because I actually did, but like I just don't like being around people anymore.
Yeah, I don't either, but you know how it goes when your lady's like, hey, we're going.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I chose family instead, so I don't know. People, family, people, family.
Family.
Depends on the family. I know some
Not
families
just
that I wouldn't join. Yeah. This show is just ending horribly.
We went from
Let's just do
cereals to
this is the one that needs the cold close. Like we just end it.
your cold close.
Yeah, I am.